Hello everyone, welcome back to round 3 of the Crazy Craft Challenge. So, I'm going to jump right into it today. This is the third of, I think, 3, hopefully more. We'll see what they say, but in today's challenge, we had to choose 5 words that start with the first letter of our first name. And so since my name is Tammy, I went ahead and, well, I had a lot of really great things to choose from. Things like tag, tab, I don't even remember. I had a whole long list. But anyway, I went ahead and chose these. So my list of 5 is tracing paper, town, tree, ticket or tickets, and trim. Maybe trees, one town, multiple trees potentially. Okay, so, and as you can see, I've already kind of prepped my journaling page that I'm going to use. This was the continuation. I ended up having a great little chunk here in my journal where I could put all of the challenges. So just a quick flip through of the first one. This one was the blindfolded challenge. We did 5 journaling cards with that. And then this one was last week's, which was painting with your fingers or your hands. And so had to do 3 cards from that one. And then I had 2 pretty paper pages in between. And so here will be number 3. I love this paper, so I didn't really want to cover it. Plus, I wanted to use this like for writing about the challenge like I've done the last 2. So I wanted to kind of continue that idea. So this is actually the page that I'm going to use to put my finished piece onto. So we'll see. I might have multiples though. The way it's looking, I might have multiples. So anyway, we'll see how that goes. And I'm still not sure if I want to have a flap. Actually, I'll probably just paste it directly onto this and get rid of the extra. But we'll see how that all goes. So anyway, moving on, I'll tell you about the papers that I'm using for this week's challenge. Okay, so last week, since I used digital kits from Pam at the Paper Outpost, because, oh, I forgot to mention this. Duh, Tam. Okay. So, Luise reached out to Pam, Luise Heinzel. If you're not familiar with her, you definitely should go check out her channel. She is amazing. So is Pam at the Paper Outpost. If you are a junk journaler, I'm sure that you know about both of them because they are both super popular, both super amazing and talented in so many different ways. But So Luise and Pam are doing this collaboration and coming up with these great challenges. And so I wanted to support both of them. And so last week I used 2 digital kits by Pam at the Paper Outpost. And so this week I'm going to use digital kit by Luise Heinzel. And so this is her urban sketch digital kit. Urban Sketching Digital Kit. I'll make sure and link that down below. Yeah, so it's going to be really hard for me to choose. So we're going to go through that a little bit. Actually, I don't need this open. I'm going to put this off. Okay, so let me walk you through her kit. Also, first of all, you can probably tell this was not printed on white paper. Here's white paper. I printed this on this kind of like beige colored paper because I thought it might be kind of cool to do it that way. So anyway, love these designs. I mean, they're just amazing. I need to make a journal using these designs for sure. Might make a journal out of what I've already printed here because I'm not, obviously I'm not going to be able to use all of it today. So, yeah, amazing. This is kind of like a Rorschach thing where it's the mirror image on both sides. Really cool. Oh, there's the Eiffel Tower there. Love this one. I don't know where this is. If you guys know of where this is this also Paris maybe? I'm not sure. I don't recognize it. But then, yeah, again, more mirrored images. This, you know, was obviously designed for a junk journal page spread. So, but yeah, yep. These are just really, really cool. It's just, everything about them is so amazing. So, it's going to be so hard to choose, you guys. I don't know how I'm going to choose. So, yeah. If this is your style, you definitely need to go get this digital kit, because I'm telling you, you can do so many cool things with this. Here you have an elephant kind of into the sketchy town scene, and then some like rusty looking maybe brick or something from the side of a building. And then her digital kit, well, at least the one, I think there's only one of this in her shop. I know a lot of times shop owners will split a kit into multiple things that you can buy. Like you can buy the background sheets, and then, or you can buy the ephemera. I think this was all in one kit. So this has some journaling cards in it. There's some cut apart sheet. I think I'm probably going to use this maybe in my collage today. Tuck spots, pocket things. This didn't print right, so I just printed it twice. Yeah, it got messed up. And then this, I ran out of this color paper in the printer. So as you can see, here it is in white. Interesting how different it looks between the two different paper. I mean, obviously it would, right? Look really different, but yeah. So, okay, so I'm going to be incorporating that. For trees, or tree, I have other ideas. So actually, let's talk about tracing paper first. I printed onto some tea-dyed tracing paper that I had. So here's an example. I had some, this was that, for those of you who have been subscribers for a while, probably me remember the onion skin like junk journals that I had made. And they're not, I don't know how junk journal-y they are, but I decorated, what, one of them? Two of them? I don't remember anymore, but the papers that I used were all this really thin tracing paper that I had tea dyed, and so I actually have a whole bunch of it left, and separated out into signatures potentially for using to create another one of those. We'll see. I don't know. That one wasn't my most favorite journal to make because it was so fiddly. This paper is so thin. But anyway, I had a maybe stroke of genius and said, ooh, how about we how about we print directly onto that tracing paper? So easy if you use your inkjet printer, which I have an inkjet printer, but I don't have ink in it for several years. I haven't used it for that. I've used it for the scanning part. So I used my laser printer, and the very first, well, every single one of these, I was like, please don't get paper jam. And thankfully it didn't do a paper jam. But anyway, so I printed onto this tea-dyed paper, tracing paper. This one was already ripped when I went in to put it into the printer, and so it ripped some more, but definitely usable. It's the same one. This is a different kind of tracing paper, a thicker tracing paper. Here's what that one looks like, so you can see the difference. This one is just plain. I didn't, tea dye or do anything extra to that. So I just cut that down into an 8.5 by 11 size and thought, let's just put it in and see what happens. For some reason, this one got super wrinkly. It's like it got melted or something in a way. And then it kind of ripped a little bit there. But I kind of like that effect. I don't know. So here's another one. I mean, I don't know, you guys. Pretty cool. So here's, I kept this one so that you could see how I fastened it to the paper. So I used 80-pound paper, And excuse me. The height of this was perfect. It was fine. But I did have to cut off for width so that I could have some space for my washi tape to hold it to the paper. And so I just washi taped it, and then the extra I cut off from the back with my scissors so that there wasn't anything extra or anything hanging up. And so then you put it into your printer upside down, and, you know, obviously it prints and comes out like this. So, yeah, so I thought I'd just kind of show you how I went about doing it. So to pull it off, it's a little bit finicky, and I've used this one piece of paper several times, as you can see. Here's where that one piece was ripped and it printed, which, I mean, I'll keep that and use that as collage fodder or something, or maybe I'll just keep this and use for other things. But I had printed off some other trees, which we haven't gotten to yet, but more trees. And so to take the washi tape off, I very carefully pull away from the paper like that, and it did kind of booger up the side just a little bit, but I don't mind that. I mean, we wouldn't use that anyway because it's not printed on, but I think it kind of adds to the look too, because it's a little bit torn and frayed on the edges here. So yeah, this might be the one that we use today. I don't know. It's pretty cool. So, and then for the trees, I went and found trees on Pexels.com, which is copyright-free image source. And then I'm also a pro subscriber of Canva. And so they had some, I was like, oh, I bet you they would have some trees. And so I went through and looked for trees from them. So I did a few different searches. I did watercolor tree searches, just trees. So I just kind of pulled out some, and interesting, some of them, obviously paper was a little bit wrinkly, and so you can kind of see that in the print off there. This one was the first tree image that I printed, and I didn't have it taped quite right, and kind of folded up and did that, but that's okay. We can still use this part of the tree. I mean, you know, a lot of the tree is still usable. So, and then here's another. This one is got some color in the background. This one was a watercolor tree. I think these two I think all three of these came from Canva. I wasn't sure what kind of idea I wanted to use. Oh, this one came from Pexels. This was a search for watercolor tree. And this one is printed on that plain tracing paper, the thicker one. So it printed just fine a few other times. And this one came from the New York Public Library copyright free, what they have available. I don't think I'll use this one today. I just had this paper and, you know, I was like, well, let's print that tree. And so then I printed some other trees on just some plain white paper because I have ideas. So this one is kind of cool. This one's pretty cool. And these are all from Pexels. Pexel.com or copyright free. Pixabay is another good source. Maybe some from Pixabay. I can't remember exactly. So here's another tree and another tree. Okay, so there's my town and my tree. Tickets, I'll pull from here. I've got bunches of tickets here. Actually, I have a lot of different kinds of tickets. I would say even like a coat check ticket could be potential use. So I've got stickers and things like that in here. So I'll pull from here for that. And then trim. I just recently made this purchase from Mercari.com or a Mercari app of these just different trims. I've never bought trim like this. And I'm doing the Journal of Stitchery in my own kind of way. And so I was kind of having that in my mind when I purchased these. But then I was just thinking, you know, I could use some of this maybe for in my junk journaling and art journaling ventures. So we'll pull from here for our trim. I don't know if I'll do colors or just go neutral. But anyway, so that's where that's coming from. And what else? I feel like I'm missing something. Tissue paper. No, tracing paper. Tree. Town. Trim. What am I missing? Tickets. Yep, I got all 5. Tab is another one that I considered, so I might add a tab. Okay, so let's get started. So my idea was either I have a tree that's printed on white paper as my background, and then layer on top of that one of the town images, not mine, one of the town images, or vice versa. So I kind of want to play around with different ideas as far as that goes. Probably need to be a little bit better organized. Honestly, I might do more than one because it's going to be so hard for me to try and choose. But yeah. So I don't know how well you can even see the tree coming out from behind. This one I don't think is really going to help me too much. I think, let me pull all of these out. Okay. So, not so sure about that one. But here I was kind of thinking, what about something like this? And, you know, kind of need to go through the different variations of her different town or city. Okay, so another thing I could do is tear away, like from here, and then you would have this scene kind of coming out from behind. I don't know how much I like that idea, to be honest. But there is that potential too. Okay, so here. So there's that idea. And then here's this one. Sorry, my nose is running like crazy today. I don't know what the deal is. Well, the wind is super blowing today, and it's warm, like maybe in the 50s today. It was like, felt like -1 this morning, and by the end of the day it'll be like in the 50s. So yeah, interesting. I don't know how well you can see this one behind, so I don't know if I want to use that one. This one I'm very curious about, especially because if you can see, there's like hints of pinky purples in here. And I think that this background image is kind of just, or this tree image is kind of a lot stronger. Yeah, see, I think this could be really cool. So positioning it in a way that makes it work is key, I think. Let's see, this is the same one. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay. Put that one off to the side. This one I don't think is quite the right layout for that background image. I'm going to put this one over here too because I think those two could work. You know, I might do 5 of these. Seriously. I just think they're so cool. No, I think the other one was better for this background picture. Oh, this one might be perfect. Well, I like both of those. I'm looking through the camera. Okay, so let's compare this one to this one. I think I like this one better. I think this one's neat. Yeah, okay, so let's put those two together. Option 1. Okay, and then this one. It's very bold, isn't it? It's almost kind of like Halloween-y, which I wasn't really going for. Yeah, that not liking that one as much. Let's save that for something else. This one again, I think will be very interesting. It's a very dramatic tree shape. I think I like the first one better for some reason. I don't know. Okay, so there's that. Look at this one. Look at this one. That's cool. So you could kind of get rid of this side since it's mirror image. And again, like, let's just try and fold this. Actually, I think I will. I think I will go ahead and separate those two. Let me find my water brush. Let's use some water to separate this. Let's let that set in for a second. Try that with my sweater. My mom's probably like, no. What are you doing? She probably doesn't care. She'd probably say, well, it's yours, you bought it. Okay, so if we did something like this, how would that look? Kind of weird, kind of different. If we moved it over a little bit, not loving it. Okay, let's try it from this direction. This is still kind of wet. That's more interesting anyway, isn't it? I suppose you could continue your water brush and do that and kind of just have them merge together that way, but that's not really what I had in mind. So, okay, I'm gonna not probably use this one for today. And then I think, is this our last one? Yeah, okay. So this one I have high hopes for. I'm just very curious. Again, you could try this idea where your tree is kind of coming out. I didn't really want the canoe to show though. Okay, so I'll save these for something else. And let's take a look now. Here. That's cool. It's very, very faint. You can almost make out that it's a tree. I would well, this has some darker tea staining there. I would hope that, let's try this one. When you use the glue stick, it would show through a little bit better. Oh, that's cool. Oh, I like that. And that's really cool right there. Sorry, I have to kind of hold them together. I like that a lot. Okay, so we've got 2 contenders for my first idea. So I will save the rest of this for something else. And these. And then let's take a look at my other, the reverse of that, basically. Sorry. Keep this handy so I can have the quote handy. All right, I know I'm not going to use this one. It's gorgeous, but it's not really what I had in my mind's eye for this little challenge today. Okay. So for trees, this is the one that I printed that I said I didn't really think I was going to use, and I think I'm right. It's just, they're too similar. And they're both kind of black and white. This one's sketchy. This one's just, I think, a drawing on paper. So, okay. So, the reverse of that idea. Yeah, this one's not going to work for that. Not for this one, anyway. Okay, let me pick out. Let's see this one. You could do something like this, where your town is peeking out from behind. But again, I didn't think I really wanted to have the canoe, but I do, that is intriguing to me. It's really interesting, isn't it? Okay, I'll put this one over here as well as a potential. So what I was thinking for these was if you had a page like this and you had the leaves kind of coming in, and then you would actually let me separate all these, and well, I don't know if I want to separate them all, but my idea was to kind of have these over the top, and maybe even in layers over the top of the design, so it couldn't float. But okay, so I like that one on this one a lot. I wondered about this one because it's got color. Yeah, it's a hard line though. And I think it's a little too high up. But could be cool. Again, same idea, just with a watercolor tree. I don't know, I almost feel like the real tree might do better. So we've got this kind of a tree, and then you could even layer this tree on top of that tree, or a tree over here and a tree over here. Can't really see behind that though, so that is something to think about. All right, and I feel like I'm kind of maybe leaning towards using this one. This one could be really cool too. I like that it's skinny. And then this layered behind potentially. Okay, I'm going to separate these, and then I think this one might be the easiest one to, oh, well, maybe do something like that. And then you'd have this one kind of back behind there. A little orchard maybe. I don't know that I'll use this. I don't think that this is quite right for this. So, okay. Let me separate these and that'll help me kind of figure out what I want to do. Okay, everyone, so I've gone ahead and removed most of the background from the trees. So I think, well, I have a lot of thoughts. So I really love this scene. I also really love this scene. I think this scene might be the one that, oh, or there's this one too. Okay. Well, I'm like spoiled with choices here. Okay, let me focus on these two. I'll focus on this one first. So I was thinking it would be kind of cool maybe to have, I don't know, like some just various trees in the background. And then, is it weird that she would be coming out of the tree? Let's see, maybe move this one over here and then this one can come over the top of that. Well, I like that. I don't want to cover up her mouth. Okay, so this could come down just okay. So I've got my matte gel medium, which I need to replace. I'm at the very end of it. I've already done the other scenes, so I'll show you those in just a minute once they're all glued down or dry. They are already glued down. Once they're dry, and then we can work from them. This has gotten real thick as it's gotten older, so. Okay, make sure and get this into the right spot here. Make sure and be very delicate because I've already ripped one of these. This is very thin tracing paper. So I'm trying to be pretty careful so I don't do that again. Okay. And I'm going to come over this again with clear gesso so I can do more things to it. But I needed this layer so that it would stick. Okay. Get rid of that weirdness happening. All right. I suppose I wouldn't have to use clear gesso, but I tend to like the way clear gesso works better than matte gel medium sometimes when covering things like this. Okay, so let me start from over here. And we'll finish that up. All right, everyone. So I've gone ahead and glued these two trees down, and then I did a layer of clear gesso over the entire thing because I feel like we can do a bit more on here. Not exactly sure what I want to do yet. To be honest, I think it's beautiful the way that it is now. I mean, it was already gorgeous. So adding the trees didn't hurt anything for sure. Let me show you what else I've done. I've got, so I said I was going to end up with 5 or 6. I don't think I was wrong. I didn't mean to do this many, but I just couldn't say no to any of them. So here is a look at this one where it's the canoe image with the one tree, and there's kind of like the watercolor there. But so that's the background of this one, and this is the one that had really heavy tea dyeing on it. So again, I've used the gel matte medium to glue the tracing paper down, and then did a layer of clear gesso over all of these. So same exact process for all of them. This was the pink tree with this scene. I really like it. I love how I just love how it comes out, and I really couldn't choose. I love that pink tree behind this scene too. So this one is that different tracing paper. So I don't know how well you can see it. It's made little ripples all over the whole thing. So I'm not 100% sure how I'm gonna handle that. But I just, yeah, I love that butterfly there, and there's a butterfly there, and this, and I just love that little pop of green down here from the image, and some blue. So yeah, just really kind of really pretty. This is the background this is a background you hadn't seen yet. I found this as I was going back through all my photos to reprint this one, and it is a bunch of trees. It's a dark forest scene. So basically there's trees on either side, and then you're kind of looking down the pathway where there's like light down there. I don't know how well you can even see that. At this point it's more just the colors. But this is the one that the tracing paper kind of ripped a little bit, so I'll have to figure out something to do to kind of fix that. But there's that one, and then here is that same watercolory tree in the middle. Let's see, I think this is the first. Yeah, so this is the same. The background of this one is the foreground of this one. I just liked how, you know, the little scene in the background was the town, and then over here was kind of empty because this was a page for, I think, journaling in her digital kit, and it just really worked really well. And then there is a face here. I don't know how well it comes through on the camera. I tried to position it so that her eye would hit in between the colors there and be a little bit more obvious that it was a face. But again, this one was printed on that thicker tracing paper, so you've got the ripples and ridges again. But anyway, so okay, well, I've got a lot of things that I could do with these. I don't know if I'm gonna do them all today, to be honest with you. I feel like I could do different things with all of them, and some of them, like this one, could easily just be pretty much left as it is. I did the clear gesso because I thought potentially add, well, I don't like the white edges from ripping away the extra paper, so I thought I would do maybe a wash of dark something. around all of them. So let me get this back out, and that way I won't ruin my surface. So at this point now, I really don't know what I want to do. I'll be very completely honest with you. I'm a little bit stumped at this point. Really don't know what I want to do. So where did that, I need to find the quote. Here it is. I think I need to cut this out, and that way I can play around with that. And then I need to get some tickets out so that I can play around with some tickets. So we've got kind of, well, the beige, because that's my paper color, and then kind of reddish pink undertone with the tickets, obviously, the trees are obviously green. So I'm thinking blues maybe could be interesting. Oops, this one's got stuck. The other question is where to put the tickets on here. Like I said, I don't really want to cover tons and tons, but at the same time I feel like it needs more than what I've got going on here. So there's obviously space up here to play with. Could do things over here. Yeah. So I don't think I want all the same color. Yep, that's two of the same one. Let's see. That's the wrong color. I think I need, oh my gosh, immigration officer. It's bringing back bad memories. Okay, I wanted more brown. Oh, here we have some green. Cinema is not really what I think I want. Modern theater, cinema. Okay, none of those. Oh, I just remembered I have other tickets, I think, somewhere else. But now I may not need them. Okay, I like those. Those are good. Okay, so I like those two a lot. I like this one. Let's put this one back. Let's do those. Let's start with those and see how it goes. I'm a poet. Did you know that? I may just pull that out. I think some of these are going to be too big for the space that we have. So let's not try and crowd the space. All right. I'm going to cut those out and I'll be right back. Alrighty, so I went ahead and I cut out this ticket as well because I was thinking maybe planning ahead. So I have, let me just move this out of the way. So I had that little flap here that I wasn't sure if I was going to incorporate it or not, but my plan is just basically to glue this in once it's all said and done. So if I think through this just a little bit, okay, so let's see, it would go about there, and then that would leave me, gosh, I don't know. This just really doesn't match at all, but let me think through that a little bit. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to do that. My thinking was if I had this sitting in here, I could fold this, and then I could use this as part of my collage. I still could. This really doesn't match, but could I make it work is the question. The other problem is this would end abruptly over here randomly, and I'm not overly thrilled about how that might be either. Let's see. I think I'm not gonna try and incorporate the flap on this. I think I'll just make this my collage, and I'll take off the extra on the side. So, okay, well, that decided that. Don't need to worry about that anymore. All right, now let's find a place for my collage of tickets, I guess, and this saying. So, let's see. I feel like it needs to be up here, but that's an awfully strange place to put a collage. Maybe down here or over here. I also, so part of the reason I did the gesso on the top was I thought I could use some fun colors maybe. Stabilo all pencils. What are these? These are not. These are Stabilo Woodies, but they're water soluble. And there's one color in here that I absolutely love. Well, there's several. I was thinking the white maybe. Oh, well, there's the black. We could do something with the black. Got that. It's got stuff on it. Don't need that at the moment. Brown. Maybe. Gold. I was thinking about this color, but that's a little bit too green, I think. Let me see what this would look like. It's more of a yellow gold. I don't know that I like that. Okay. So let's put all these back. I also pulled out these crayons. These are, I was thinking about this color. Because I just really like this color. Yeah, I like that color. That's really cool. So, what do I want to do? I think I'm going to get a stencil out and play around with some texture paste maybe, and do something up here and in other places. Okay, so this is a Martha Stewart stencil. Not quite exactly what I had in mind. I wanted something kind of round shaped, oval, maybe kind of coming in a few places. But I thought maybe this could potentially suffice. So there's this oval shape. There's also this, but it's more of a doily. But I could do just like maybe that part of it. Oh, I didn't think about that, actually. Maybe that could work. Okay. So if I used that... Okay, so now I'm thinking I kind of should do my tickets somewhere. And I just realized texture paste also starts with T. So I'm hitting all the boxes today. Okay, so let's see. Tickets. Gosh, boy, this is difficult because there's just no place to put things. Okay, I think I'm going to focus over here, cover up her boob. And kind of just go with that, I guess. So if I had this there, this could go maybe on top. Do I want this? Could just do a little something over here. And then maybe a little something up there. Honestly, I think most of it's gonna get covered up. Actually, no, let's just do this one there. And yeah, I'll just do that one over here. Okay, so let's see how this goes. Some black around the edge. Before I do anything, and then if I need to add some more black, I can. Okay, so there is that. I did add a bit of water there. I'm wondering about this halo of this. Not sure I love that it's kind of, let's just play a little bit here. Let's see what, okay, well, that was a bad choice. I don't like that color at all. I always forget that it's just not a pretty color. Okay, well, that's the good thing about clear gesso. You can just get rid of it. Oh, I was gonna activate this too to see kind of what color that might be. Okay, I think I need more water in my water brush. Okay. Well, let me try some black down here instead and see kind of what. Just maybe blur those lines just a little bit. Okay. Well, it's dirtier anyway. I don't know if it's exactly what I was going for, but I think I don't mind it too much. All right, I think I'm gonna find some more tickets the same kind of color as those. The texture paste is dry now. I considered a bunch of things. I considered doing some watercolor over the top. I considered the Stabilo all pencil, potentially, maybe even the art crayon. But in the end, I'm liking the little pops of blue. I like that it's all very muted, but it's still kind of bright in a way. So I went ahead and got out my gold, this is by Artsy, gold wax. So I'll put that on. Ooh, I don't like doing this with my finger always gets not so nice. But I'll just go over the texture paste with this, and it'll give it a nice patina. Okay, so here's what we've got at the moment. This got a little heavier, and so did this than I had intended, but I don't mind it. I think it'll be fine. So at this point now, I got to figure out where I want to put my quote, which has gotten blown all over the place. So I got to reconstruct it, but I'm thinking over here. Okay. And that way we can kind of cover some of the extra gold. Okay, all right, guys. Well, here we go. You know what I just realized? I haven't done any trim. Okay, so if we were going to add some trim, what color would that trim be? Maybe some of this black. Let's see. Maybe some of this black. And it feels like up here or down here would be a good spot for it. Let me trim this up just a little bit. Okay. Should I add trim? I don't know. I feel like I'm done, but at the same time, potentially this could be really cool. So, let's see. Oh, that's the first. I don't want to do black and brown together. I don't think that'll look very good. Let's see. What about this one here? Okay, so I think I'm kind of only liking the black and, well, or maybe this might be too thick. Yep, I don't like that at all. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, let's take off some of this. Okay, so if I were to do a thing, I think it needs to be vertical. And it would be like a little cluster of trims, right? so if I did this, is that helping? I don't know that it is, to be honest. Let's see, go down like this, maybe on the other direction. Maybe spread it out just a little bit more. Like that. Okay, well, I don't mind that. Well, let's do it then. I'll just tack this down with some art glitter glue and take it to the sewing machine. Alright guys, well, here is how that turned out. It's just kind of like a little path that goes down into the grove of trees and leads us over to our sentiment there. Okay, so I'm going to paste this in very carefully, and I think we're going to be done. Okay, let's get rid of the extra. Alright guys, there we have it. It is securely in place. I will play around while it's still a little bit damp and malleable. Play around with the closing of the journal, but I would say it is good to go. So I'm going to play around with those others in different video. This video has gotten super long. But yeah, so this was definitely a lot of fun. Please bring more challenges to us because these have been such a good time. I really enjoy it. Thank you so much, Pam and Luise, for putting this together. Yeah, I can't thank you enough. This is exactly what I needed to get me out of my winter doldrums the last few weeks. So, such a fun challenge. So, alright guys, I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye!